What's up guys, it's your boy Romans, and today I'll be giving you my post-Egghead bounty predictions for the Straw Hats. Egghead is finally coming to an end, and it's fair to assume our Straw Hats will be getting some bounty increases. Now remember, this is not Oda's work right here. These are my assumptions, my predictions. So I expect to see your predictions in the comments below as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for daily anime and One Piece content. But hey guys, I know why you're here. Let's just dive into it. The first character we have up is Chopper the Doctor. Now we know his current bounty is at 1,000 berries. He is the Straw Hat's best kept secret, and when I say that, I mean, hey, anytime he does something, no one really knows about it. No one knows that Chopper is built for this except the people he has cured and the Straw Hats, and I like it that way. And that's why Oda makes it, you know, a comedic relief with his bounty. So I do feel like his bounty is going to stay down that comedic lane, and I think his bounty will get bumped up to 10,000 berries. Now I do believe that we have at least one or maybe two more bounty rounds with more increases, and I do feel like we'll finally see a serious Chopper bounty on that last round. But until then, I feel like it's gonna stay down that comic relief, and we're staying at 10,000 berries. Let me know what you think about that for Chopper. Now next up we have Nami. Now I already know guys, Nami is a very controversial character in the One Piece community. Some people don't think she's valuable, some people do think she is. I personally feel like she is valuable. I made a video talking about why she is, but her bounty right now is at 366 million, and she was locked in at Egghead. When I say she's locked in, the perfect example I'll use is the panel whenever she told part of the crew to protect Nico Robin right in front of Gorosei Saturn. Locked in. I like that energy. I see Nami getting an increase in her bounty to probably over 500 million. I'ma say 566 million berries. Next up we have Brook, the Soul King. Now Brook's bounty currently is 383 million. I will say I do see him getting an increase, but not a big one. I also don't feel like Brook was as involved in this arc as he was in previous arcs. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, he was there, he was getting active, but at the same time, I guess what I'm trying to say, he didn't have as many individual moments, you know? But I still see the Soul King getting bumped up to 600 million berries, and I think that's fitting for Brook. Let me know what you guys think about that. Give this video a thumbs up if you agree with that for Brook. Now the next character I might spend a little bit more time on. I've been ready to talk about this character for this video for a long time, guys. It's Franky. We gotta talk about Franky, man. His current bounty is at 394 million, and if I'm being 100% honest, it's a wild card, guys. We went to Egghead. That's where all of Vegapunk's stuff is. We have been teased with Franky linking up with Vegapunk since even before the time skip, if you want to be honest. But the time skip right there was enough, you know, when he was able to decipher some of Vegapunk's technology, which was a feat in its own. So we've been waiting for this link up, and now he was in his lab. He was seeing so many things that he typically doesn't see. We know how quick of a learner Franky is, and now possibly a satellite might be leaving with the Straw Hats. Guys, come on. Franky's bounty could go astronomically high here, but I'm gonna say this, minimum 900 million. Look, I could be way off with this, and if I am, you guys can hold that over my head. But if I'm right, man, I feel like it could go up. You can't blame me for thinking this, you know? Just think about it. Just think about it, you know? He's able to power things off of cola alone already. It's a crazy combination. It's a crazy combination. But 900 million is what I'm standing on. Let me know what you guys think. Next up, we have Usopp. Now, Usopp is a very interesting one here. You know, his bounty right now is at 500 million. His time is coming soon, but it's not his time now. So I do see him getting an increase, but not something like crazy, you know? Maybe after Elbaf, you know? That's when I think Usopp will get something that's like crazy, because obviously that's when he most likely will get all his level ups, you know? He might get an army too. A lot of theories are going on with Usopp and Elbaf, and a lot of them make sense. So I'm excited for it. But I do see Usopp getting a bounty to at least 650 million. Like I said, I feel like that kind of balances out everything for Usopp right now, since things are kind of prepping for his character arc. So I think 650 is a good setup for that. I'm staying on 650 mil. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. But let's move on to the next one. The next one is Nico Robin. Queen Robin is a problem and will always be a problem as long as One Piece is going, guys. Her current bounty is at 930 million, but let's be honest, it's watered down like crazy, guys. And they can't keep watering it down anymore. They've watered it down as much as they can to prevent this, but I think her next bounty is bumping her up to the next tax bracket. I finally think Nico Robin is going to have a bounty of 1.3 billion berries, and I think it's clear as day, guys. They can't keep it lower anymore. Right now it's at 930 million. What are they going to do? Bump it up to 970? They finally need to put her up in the billion range, and it's still too low for Nico Robin. Let's be honest. It really is. But she is the vital piece for Luffy achieving his goal. She is carrying the will of Ohara and the people of Ohara's will. And now that she knows Saul is alive, her flame is even bigger, and you can't stop her, man. She's a force to be reckoned with. Get her in the billion range. 1.3 billion for Nico Robin. All right, we're getting to some of the characters I know you guys have been waiting for. Next up, we are going to talk about Sanji. Now, Sanji's current bounty is right over 1 billion right now, and he has been leaving people conflicted in Egghead ever since Wano, and I have been one of them. But at the same time, I will say Sanji has been productive. Just because at times he's been taking L's, it's not like he's been just lounging around the place. He's been taking L's with in-game villains, doing his thing, saving characters, you know, saving vital characters in vital times like Bonnie. Yeah, I mean, come on now. I'm not gonna hate on Sanji. You know, I got love for Sanji. I do. Now, I do see his bounty getting bumped up to 1.85 billion, right under 2 billion. I think that's a good bounty for him. And we'll see, because I always want to look into the Germa side of things too. That could always have a huge impact on his bounty. So my Sanji fans out there, let me know in the comments what you think your boy's bounty is going to be after Egghead. Next up, we have Jinbei. With Jinbei, I do have a lot of thoughts. Just like Sanji, his bounty is right over 1 billion, but his is 1.1 billion. This is how I look at it. I feel like ever since he joined the Straw Hats, a lot of people forget about everything that Jinbei has done before, because that's what his bounty was already based on. You know, he is a fishman. He is an ex-warlord. People forget that he has fishman allies and other allies that would go into the pits of hell for Jinbei alone. It's real Fisher Tiger vibes right there, you know? And I've had my own reasons for thinking also that when it comes down to the actual plot with One Piece, with Joy Boy, with Nika, Nika's heavily tied to the Fishman pirates, man, the Sun Pirates, you know, and the Fishman culture. So I feel like there's something there, and I feel like eventually that's gonna get revealed, and that might be something that might be involved in Jinbei's bounty increase. But I do think that Jinbei does deserve a good bounty increase because he is a helmsman of the Straw Hats at the end of the day. I'm giving him 1.9 billion, a little right over Sanji's. Again, I could be wrong. Sanji's could end up higher than Jinbei's, you know, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's back and forth, it's up and down, you know. I'm trying to look at what all they do besides just power scaling, you know. So that's what I'm basing these bounties off of. But yeah, I'm gonna give Jinbei 1.9 billion, guys. And now the next one, we have my personal favorite Straw Hat, of course, not counting Luffy. We have Zoro. His current bounty is at 1.11 billion. Look, I do think that Zoro's gonna get an increase bump. It's gonna be nothing really crazy, but I think it's gonna be deserving, you know, especially after the confrontation with Nezjuro, you know, in that certain panel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say too much for those who might be trying to cheat their way through this video. They're not caught up, but you know, there are some reasons where I do feel like we could get surprised by Zoro's bounty, you know. But I do have Zoro's bounty at a minimum 2 billion. I think 2 billion for the right-hand man, the future Pirate King, is perfect right there. I don't think it'll be any higher, but I do think we are finally maybe possibly getting some more Zoro lore, and that will lead into a higher bounty later on, because I think Nezjuro is from Wano, and maybe that's finally going to tie in. Or maybe I'm just grabbing for something and finally want some more Zoro lore because Oda wants to troll us with Zoro lore. Let me chill. 2 billion for my guy Zoro. And last but not least, the man of the hour, guys. Let's talk about Monkey D. Luffy. As we know, his current bounty is at 3 billion, guys. But he has made enough noise for his bounty to literally go in any direction that they want it to. But here's my thing now. Here's my thing. Do I believe that Luffy's bounty could hit 4 billion after Egghead? Yes. But here's the only reason I believe it could do that. The only way I see that happening is if Blackbeard's bounty gets increased. That's the only way it would make sense to me. Blackbeard's bounty right now is at 3.9 billion. Now, Blackbeard is still cooking more than Luffy. You know, I still think that Luffy might get framed for the murder of Vegapunk at the end of all this, and that could put a change and twist onto things. But at the same time, look what Blackbeard's doing. Blackbeard's pulled up on Mary Joie before. He pulled up on Sengoku just randomly on a sunny day with Luffy and said, "What's up?" You know? So if Blackbeard's bounty gets increased to the 4 billion range, I can see Luffy getting 4 billion as well. I just don't see it being higher than Blackbeard's. So if Blackbeard doesn't get a change in his bounty, I see Luffy probably having the same around Blackbeard, maybe like at a 3.8, 3.9. But I would love to see Blackbeard get an increase so I could see Luffy get that 4 billion or higher, you know? So I'm gonna stick with Luffy getting a 4 billion berry bounty or higher after Egghead, because I do expect Blackbeard to get an increase also. Now there's always that question looming around too, you know, like when are the last set of bounties going to be? And you know, I think it's gonna be right before the final war, but I could be wrong. But if you guys want another video with my bounty predictions for other characters such as Sabo, Kuzan, let me know in the comments below. And I also want to give a shout out to the crew members on the Discord that helped me out with this. Pat, Layden, Pretzel, Danny, appreciate y'all for helping me figure out some bounties and sticking with them, because I was just bouncing all over the place. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is. But yeah, guys, this was always fun. I love every single one of y'all. If y'all new to the crew, if you're new to this video, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what other videos you want to see in the comments, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Much love.